Hello everybody, this is Evan with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today I'm bringing you a review of Picture Perfect, the Movie Star expansion. So I'm going to take you down to the table, show you what's included into there, and give you my final thoughts afterwards. Alright, down here is the components and the inside of the Movie Star expansion for Picture Perfect. Inside you're going to get a couple of new standees. You got representations of Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin, and Greta Garbo is our guess on that one. Hard to tell because the figure is facing backwards. But also with that, you're going to have 3 new envelopes, one for each of them. You're going to have 12 new preference cards, some new exchange and auction cards. Now what's really nice is with this, so you have 3 new standees for each player, and they include enough for even the 5 and 6 player expansion also. So, and they're all the same. I just have them tossed into the box here for right now, but they're right there. Like I said, you got the new the new envelopes for the new standees. And when you set up the game, you're actually going to take 3 random ones from the base game out to add these in. When you take those 3 random ones out from the base game, you're going to take all of the preference cards that reference those ones out also. And you're going to include these new ones here. So into the new ones, there's going to be a couple of things. Some of the ones are going to be very similar. So I want to be next to. Those are very similar to the ones that are in there as of before. A couple other ones that are going to be new to this expansion specifically is I want my picture with. So there's one for each of the new movie stars. And it gives you the reference here. So when you take the final picture, my face should be closest to theirs, and it's based off of the picture. You want to make sure that you have your figure closest to them. The hardest part is for the Laurel and Hardy one. There's 2 of them there, but they only count as one figure, but they have 2 heads, so each head also counts. So you have to make sure on both sides that you are closest to. The other one that is new is I want to speak to. So as with the base game, there's a couple cards I don't want to be next to a woman, don't want to be next to a man, and so on. And all the card envelopes are marked male or female for the person that they are. Now, also on all of them, they have a dot over here. What that dot is actually representing which way they are facing. So, if you want to classify, I want to speak to a woman, what you're going to have to do is say, you got Laurel and Hardy here, next to Greta, because his dot is facing this way. He would now qualify for the I am speaking to a woman. Now, with her, I would like to speak to a man, because her dot is up here, above her. She would not be speaking to a man unless one was happened to be up here. But in this situation, this would not count. So you're going to have some new ones of those, and there's a bunch of those included into there also. And lastly, there are going to be some more exchange cards, more auction cards for the different player counts. And they're pretty self-explanatory. The rulebook that's included into that is really, really short, and it gives examples of how it all works and examples of how the exchange cards work. But that's the expansion here in a nutshell. So I'm going to take you back up here and give you my thoughts on this expansion for Picture Perfect. So coming up from the table here, my final thoughts on the Movie Star expansion for Picture Perfect here. So it doesn't add a whole lot to the game, but it does add that a little bit extra, just enough that I think it actually improves the game just that little bit more. There's enough things that you're trying to keep track of in the game, And then to add that little extra wrinkle of like trying to do, I want to speak to this person or that person, I think adds just that little bit more complexity into the game. If you've gotten pretty good at it, just if you want to take that little more of a step, I think it does a really good job with that. So I think it's a pretty good expansion to add to this. So if you're looking for just another layer in this game, this is definitely one that you'd want to pick up. But that's my thoughts here on the Movie Star expansion. So definitely hit the subscribe, hit the like button, hit that little bell so you know when our new content comes out. Until later, have a good night.